Good morning, Stampin' friends. It is Nemi Batstone here at Nemi's Crafty Cafe. Thanks for joining me today, and thank you for also catching the replay. But if you are here, don't forget to like, share, and comment to win this week's card creations. So I'm here and it looks like my table's a little crooked. It didn't look like that earlier. So let me see if I can fix that up. It's not very bright in here today, considering how much heat and sun we have, but I'm hoping it's enough. So if you are there and you notice that the lighting is really bad, then just let me know. Oh, I'm pretty tired today. It's an exhausting weekend, but a good one. So thank you again for shopping with me in May. I've got a lot of admin work to do in both personal and here in my Stampin' world. And I will look through and see who all qualifies for this month's craft along, which will likely, I think I have scheduled for the third week of June. So just before Father's Day. So you can guarantee there'll be one of those in there. I figured we would try and do some masculine cards this month, so we'll see how that all turns out. Especially with it being June, it's also Pride Month, I believe. So we have lots of fun stuff to create and work on this month. So, also, if you're Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, pre-order began, and tomorrow, I don't know if I have it here, is the start of a new, product of the month. And that product of the month is this one, the Wild Bunch. I have a feeling this one is going to sell out. So I'm going to tell you now to please place your $100 order, as soon as you can, starting tomorrow, because this will definitely sell out. Like, I just know it will. Okay. So I'm just going to see. Okay, I do have volume. Okay, making sure. Okay. So, the number is 167987. You have to add it to your cart. Don't forget, you have to add it. You can't just expect it. So, and it's only $7. So you definitely want to pick that one up. So it's Monday. So Monday means another global design project. And this week it is the sketch challenge. So this is the sketch. I'm going to assume this is a little smaller, but I went a little bigger, so we'll see how it goes. Good morning, Shell. How are you? Welcome to another week and welcome to June. I guess that would mean it's officially summer, right? I don't know. After this weekend's heat, I'm definitely tanned 50 shades more than what I was last week. Even though we put on tons of sunblock and we're hiding under umbrellas and tents, we brought a tent because there's no shade there. But yeah, it's insane. So this week we're gonna have some fun playing with a new bundle called Balloon Festoon. And it has this beautiful font, Sentiments, which I know we probably have in our collection. I love the different patterns we can use on cardstock, either on the balloons itself or on background. And then it comes with a beautiful set of dies, which is these ones here. And this is what it looks like. So you have these two beautiful balloon strings and 7 different sizes. Now look how big this one is. It is huge. So this is your standard card base, and as you can see, it doesn't fit. So this would be a great one, I think, for us to create as an actual card, but you'll see it doesn't really fit. I wonder if it fits in an envelope. Let me just double check here. Let me grab one, because then that idea is just out of the water. So, there we go. Let's see. Now, it does cut a little, like 1/8 of an inch smaller, but if it doesn't fit, then yeah. So it's not gonna fit in a standard envelope. I don't even think you can tilt it to fit. So just slightly, look at that. We're off by like a 1/4 inch. So, and that is at an angle in there. I can't get it in perfectly. So it's definitely great for, it's great if it's a card you're going to give or a tag, but it definitely does not fit. And you can see that here as we go widthwise, we're just right. But height, we've got that 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 that's sitting off the edge there. Wowzers, that's a beautiful big balloon. I think that would work great in a scrapbook page too. Now, on top of that, I have to get more magnetic sheets. I'm out. On top of that too, you have these little, kind of like little lines kind of thing. So those are the kind of lines you see here, I guess, on the balloon. So you can die cut those and add those in there as well. And then you have the balloon swirly thing where you can, I guess, hang your balloons from, or what do you call it? Kind of give it a nice edging. So anyway, we're gonna create a simple card using Global Design Sketch. So they show circles and I figured I see balloons. So let's see what we got. So this is what I created, and I tried to just keep it as simple and with some basic products. And here's the funny thing. I want to show you this because I figured it out. So years ago, we have this punch, a balloon punch. And this balloon punch does 2 sizes. So it's got a small and a large one there. So you can do both punches at once or separately. And I've always kept it. I cannot remember what year or when it came out. So if anyone knows, by all means, do tell. So then I took the smallest one here and checked to see if it fits. And it fits. However, it's a different shape. It's the same height, but it's a different shape. So this one is very well rounded, whereas this one is more oblong or ovalish. Does not fit on this little one. And you can tell that the shape is different by just lining it up here. But it actually fits very similar to that one. So if you have this old punch lying around, you definitely can make this card. Because what I did was, I used this punch to see, and then this week we'll do this one to see the differences. And I used the 2 sizes just to save me time. And you can see the pattern is very different. I should have punched one out. So, but we'll be playing with these tomorrow, so you'll see more of that. Okay, so what do I have? So I decided to use this beautiful paper called the Paper Medley. And, oh, I hit the camera. I'm so sorry. I was up for 2 hours in the shade with 60 and I got... What? No way. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. That is insane, Shell. I'm so behind on making my my shares pages, which really sucks because it really makes it very difficult for me to decide what paper to use. And I'm constantly flipping through my 12 by 12s trying to figure it out. So I really miss having my DSP shares. So I got to get that done as well. Who knows when? I'm seriously running out of time. So I decided to go with Calypso Coral because of this beautiful paper inside of the Paper Medley. And then I added some Hydrangea Hue and some Barely Blush. I was gonna say Blushing Bride. And then we added a piece of Golden Glow. I know the color coordination for this is more Darling Duckling, but I think the Golden Glow is just a nicer color and pops it out more. Okay, so this is going to be quick and easy, and as always, good morning, Irene. Thanks for joining me. Also, I want to remind anyone that's on my team that we have team gathering this Thursday. So we're going to make a couple fun folds. But if you ever want to know or just come out and join and take a couple hours of crafty time, anyone is always welcome to join our team meetings. We just gather and We go over what's new. We share projects that we're all working on. I give them challenges. So if you come and you're not part of my team, you just can't participate in the challenges. But otherwise we have a good time. And it's air conditioned. Let's add that in. Okay, so I have a piece of your standard card base. Now, I can see on this card that this square is quite smaller. Now, I did mine 3x3 because I wanted it a little bigger and more pattern showing. I almost feel like it's a 2.5-inch square. Just based on the number, because you can see here, it's shifted a little to the left and it's a little thicker here. So let's say 1/2 inch, 3/4, right? So that's 1 1/4. And this is 4.5. So you're pretty much left with 3 1/4, which is, you know, kind of what I did. But I think it needs to be a little smaller, like 2 3/4 by 2.5. If you choose to, like, those are the little things I look at when I see a sketch challenge. But here is mine. So we'll try, like, I tried to shift it over. You can, and then we could do that. So then you have a little bit more of a gap there. But we'll see how that works. Okay, so easy peasy. Got my standard card base. Got my 2 pieces. So this is a 3-inch square. So then this one is 3 1/8. I didn't want a huge border. I just wanted a little one just to give it some lift off of the Calypso coral. And then I have 2 balloon sizes in 2 colors. So Barely Blush and the Hydrangea Hue. So we have to stamp the big ones. And the little ones I kept standard. And then I have a piece of scrap here to do our sentiment on, which is Golden Glow. And then I have a piece that goes on the inside. And we're going to stamp that one too. So let's get stamping. So on here, I just chose for today to just be real basic and just use the stars. So we're going to grab the stars. And then we're going to stamp here on tone on tone. So I'm going to use Hydrangea Hue with Hydrangea Hue. Get this out of the way because I'm right-handed. So I'm just going to ink that up. And then put stars right about there. So you see part of it. And then I'm going to flip it. And then put some more on this side, wherever I feel I want it. So there's that. It's really up to you. There's a couple little ones here, so I'm gonna add some more up here, just on the edge like that. And I think that's, oops, why did I ink that? I think that's good enough. Okay, so that's one. So we're gonna repeat again, but we're gonna use Barely Blush, and I'm just gonna clean up that mess there. And then we're going to do the same again. And we're going to use Barely Blush. So we'll stamp that however you wish to stamp it. So I'm going to go a little lower this time and free up my space on the top there. And I'll rotate my stamp and then add some more up here. A little more in. There we go. And I have a little space there, so I'm going to add that big star there if I can. So then there we go. So that's my second pattern there that's done. And I'm going to flip that. Then I'm going to clean it again using my chamois. Then I'll wipe this up too. You can barely see the pink, but just to be safe. And then we're going to use our card base now. And then we're going to come in with some Calypso coral. Okay, and we're going to do the bottom. So I'm going to take my stars and then I'm just going to line them up wherever I feel like. Oops, that's a very strong Calypso coral. However I like. Oh, I'm not doing well. Let's flip it. Let's try that again. Not too high. There we go. It's a lot of ink. There. It's very dark. I should have, it's probably too juicy. Like that. And then one more. And I'll just rotate it. And that gets the bottom done. Okay. That's that one. So let me close this up. And again, I'm just going to wipe my space. This is where it's so much easier to just use a scrap piece of white because then you're just not wiping anything. Okay, and then we need a sentiment. So on this one, there's quite a few. So you've got You Did It. I wanted to use Enjoy Your Day, but it's just too long. So I'm going with Let's Celebrate. And I'm just going to clean that up because it's really covered. That's a very juicy ink pad. Okay, so I'm going to grab our memento. I'm just going to tap that with some ink. And then I'm going to line it up here on the bottom. So I have to go this way because I can't get my head in there. And let's hope we're straight. It's always my issue and concern. Okay, hey, that looks pretty darn good. Woot woot. Okay, so now our stamping is all done. And now all we have to do is assemble. So this is a cute, fun set. I love it. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to get it. It's just something that really like caught my eye. I'm just gonna line it up here as best as I can, trying to figure out where that end is. And I thought it's a great set to add to your collection. And the other reason I like it, and I'll share that tomorrow, is it actually coordinates with one of our new kits. So I thought, oh, this is perfect. You get double bang, right? Okay, so that's our sentiment. And now we just need to assemble. Move all my pieces out of the way and bring this back in. So let's get that inside thrown in there. So if you want to add a sentiment or a phrase, feel free to do so. I just chose not to because that gives me enough space to put to and from. Now this is your card. This is not mine. So you can definitely stamp and add another sentiment there if you want. Mine I've kept clean as well with nothing on the inside. Okay. I sound very tired today. Just so you know I am. It was a lot. And then last night I was like, oh, like the kids wanted ramen and I'm like, I don't have ramen. I'm like, let's just go to Costco and get sushi platters, right? Like, because the Costco in Headingley, they serve sushi and there were so many soccer players there. It was just hilarious. So many people from soccer there. Because honestly, like, cheapest lunch ever. And then as well, get some shopping done before you head out. So all you saw was like all these kids with jerseys on. It was hilarious. I mean, $1.50 for lunch. How can you go wrong? And it costs way more at the soccer pitch, at the soccer fields. So we're like, eat Costco. Okay, so this we'll put, and I'm going to just drop it a bit more. So I have a little more gap up there and here. So on there, like on the sketch, it showed like it was off-centered. So I'm just going to go off-centered. I didn't do that on my first one, so I'll do that here. And I need to make sure I leave enough space because when I did my original, my balloon was too high. So I need to make sure I leave enough space. And then I had to cover up quite a bit of it. So I think that's a good spot there. So let's just add our adhesive now. And I'll push it more to the left like they did in the sketch. I didn't do that myself. Oh, which patio? Oh, your patio? Are you on your patio? Good morning, Christine. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to just push that over about a ½ inch. Must have been hot. I think it's already like 20 out or something. I don't know. It felt kind of warm already. I'm just going to lift this up to make sure I'm straight because that top part looks a little crooked. There we go. And now I can add my balloons. Now I didn't put strings on these ones I decided to leave it for now because the sketch kind of leaves it as well. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna keep it simple. We'll play with those all week. So I'm gonna pull out my dimensionals, and I don't think I need this one anymore. And we're just gonna grab my Take Your Pick tool because I'm using minis on this one. Yeah, I think I really need to get out into my garden though. They are full of dandelions, and I'm trying to clean the beds, and it was so hard. And it was hard to get in there too this spring because it was hot. It was rain and cold, and then all of a sudden, boom, the sun comes out. We're into beautiful weather, and of course we were gone. I was gone for 2 weeks, and now the gardens are just full of dandelions. And gardening is not something my husband does. He does the vegetable garden, but he will not do my flower beds. So yeah, but although I'm trying to change it, I think I need to change it out. Anybody else got nice? Have you got your planting done? Anyone? And I'm debating on getting rid of one because our maple tree is starting to die and it's sprouting tons of new tree, like baby trees. And I said to my husband, I'm like, my hostas, again, like it's been 2 years now. They're just not coming up. Some of the other perennials have, but my hostas, I've lost them. So I'm a little disappointed because, and we've lost a ton of grass on that underneath our maple tree, and it's surrounded too by pine trees. So it seems like they've been sucking up tons of water these last couple of years, and it's actually not a good thing for planting. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I don't know. I'm thinking of taking everything out and just filling it in because it's really not helping, and I'm putting all this time and effort every year and I can't seem to keep it. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. You went to Schreimers and spent it. Yeah, I know, right? Schreimers is expensive, but yeah, they are. Like sometimes I wonder, like, why didn't I just grow them from scratch? You know? But I do, I'm a fan too of going to the garden centers. My friend just opened up a garden center, I think off Henderson. And so, oops, where did it go? Oh, I was thinking of checking that out and then supporting her because it's going to cost a lot of money anyway. But did you do those glass bulb things that used to, anyone know where to, you used to, like, to get the glass bulb things to self-water, you can buy them online, but also I always find them at Walmart. So I never seem to have an issue there that way. So yeah, you can check there and probably will luck out. Okay, so we're on to our last balloon here. I think I have a few or a couple of them, but I did find like that was useless because we were so dry last year. Was it last year? Yeah. And oh my gosh, everything was just wanting and craving water, right? Okay, so there we go. And then let's celebrate. We'll just tuck right in here. So I'm going to add that, and we're going to put dimensionals on that one as well. I was going to fussy cut it, but I was like, no, thank you. Oh, and of course you can also get those glass bulb water things at like any of the hardware stores, like Home Depot, Rona. Like I think those are the two closest to us. Canadian Tire probably has them as well. Okay, and I'll slide that right about there. And then we're done. So, I mean, you could add some bling if you like. I don't think it needs it, but I could take this and could add one here, let's say, and then one on this side, and then we can put one or two over here as well. So right now, I think it needs to go off the page. right about there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not really an embellishment, so I could do 2 more here just to balance it out. There. Okay, so I'll show you the difference. That is pretty much our card. So you could do a lot. You can do a lot of fun. You can make these balloons very cutesy, and you can also make them, you know, a little more fun and bright. Got a hanging basket and 6-pack of marigolds, 2 little soil, and it was $100. Holy Hannah, right? But marigolds are good because they keep mosquitoes away. So, you know, that's a good choice. But yeah, it's crazy. It's hard to invest in annuals when you know they just die right away. But they add such beautiful color. And yeah, hanging baskets. Usually I keep my hanging baskets and then I just fill them with soil and just buy the, what do you call it? Petunias, wave petunias, and stick 6 of them in there. So then at least I save on the basket. I don't know if I save on anything else. Crazy. So here's mine where it was a little more plain because it was my simple design. And I obviously made this one a little smaller. But I tucked the balloons, you can see here, overlapping each other. So you don't get a view of the little nubs off the balloon there. Because I put this in the center. So shifting it closer to the left definitely helped. And now gives me a little more space to actually notice that they're balloons. I just chose not to add the strings because in the layout, in the sketch, it's showing circles. Not like you have to follow it. You just have to, you know, use it as inspiration. So, and I just chose not to because we'll do some strings this week. So, and then here you can see I just didn't add gems either. So the gems kind of steps it up a bit more. So what do you think? Nice card, thank you. And then on the inside, I did go a little smaller. I went 3 3/4 by 5 because I felt like it was too big, and then just stamp whatever. So I did make a boo-boo there, but you really don't even notice because it's just pattern. Okay, so thanks again for joining me. Welcome back to a new week, a new month. And I hope that you enjoy staying away from the heat today. And or if you love the sun, enjoy the sun. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thanks for joining me, and happy stamping.